As part of politics, the first daughter and top advisor to the president faced a tough audience in Germany today as she defended her father's record on women's issues. We're back with our analysts. And Gloria, I want you to listen to the reaction from the crowd as she describes her father, President Trump, as a champion of women and families. Listen to this.
He's been a tremendous champion of supporting families and enabling them to thrive in the new reality of
You hear the reaction from the audience.
I certainly heard the criticism from the media, and that's been perpetuated. But I know from personal experience, and I think the thousands of women who have worked with and for my father for decades when he was in the private sector are a testament to his belief and solid conviction in the potential of women.
So what did you think of her reaction, Gloria?
You know, it was completely predictable, Wolf. I've interviewed her, other people have interviewed her, and she always defends him on the question of women and how he treats women by saying that he has always employed an awful lot of women in his business, which is true, and that she wouldn't be where she is today were it not for her father having faith in her. But there's sort of a larger question here, which is, what's her job at the White House? What are her qualifications for that job? I think Angela Merkel was really smart for inviting her over to this august group. And these women are clearly going to network with Ivanka Trump at the highest level they possibly can because they want to have the president's ear and they believe that she's a way to get that. And we know her qualifications on dealing with women's issues. She's been talking about it for many years. But beyond that, Wolf, if she did have any influence on her father on cruise missiles into Syria, what's her qualification for that? What are her credentials for being a senior advisor to the President of the United States? Or does she have a lane that she really ought to stay in? I don't think we kind of know the answer to what she's going to do and how much her influence will truly be.
Now, Rebecca Berg, how do you think she handled it?
Well, it was a tough position for her to be in, Wolf, but she reverted immediately to daughter mode, the mode we saw Ivanka in throughout the campaign, talking about her father from a very personal perspective. But to Gloria's point, I think this really underscores the unique position that Ivanka is in right now. She is not any longer just a daughter. She is a senior advisor to the president of the United States, and most assistants to the president or most senior advisors to the president, if they were in a similar position, they wouldn't have the luxury of doing what Ivanka did, which was to answer this question in a very personal, sort of easier way, talking about her father, the president of the United States, as a person, as opposed to a leader of one of the most powerful countries in the world. Most advisors would be in a position where they would need to defend him from a policy perspective, and I think she took the easy way out on this. And the question is she going to be serious enough about her position as a senior advisor to the president, as assistant to the president, and will she start acting like she is that, as opposed to acting like she's his daughter, which is, I think, at this point, kind of a secondary job.
Very quickly, Phil, what's your reaction?
You want the male reaction on this? I got two perspectives. Number one, she's a White House official. You can't undercut the boss. Number two, she's a daughter. Blood's thicker than politics. That said, she's got to come up with a better answer. The answer can't be he champions women's rights when he makes fun of a woman's face and makes fun of her menstrual cycle, and he's got a bunch of dead white dudes in the cabinet. All right? You've got to come up with a better answer. That said, what do you expect the daughter to do? Throw the president under the bus when she works in the White House? We ought to give her a break for another 6 months, and my counsel to her is do better next time.
Guys, stand by. We're getting more information, including just ahead. We've got a new story. Donald Trump's biographers sharing their unique insights on his first 100 days as president.